7. Samyutta Nikaya 3.7. The Judgment Sutta. The origin was in Savatthi. King Pasenadi of Kosala, sitting to one side, said to the Blessed One, "Venerable Sir, sitting here on the judgment seat, I see members of the warrior caste, Brahmin caste, and householder caste who are wealthy, extremely wealthy, and immensely wealthy, possessing abundant gold and silver, abundant property and goods, abundant wealth and grain. Yet because of craving, due to craving, with craving as the reason, they deliberately tell lies. Venerable Sir, I think to myself, I've had enough of passing judgment. Now let those who are upright preside over the judgments. Indeed it is so, great King, indeed it is so, great King, great King, those members of the warrior caste, Brahmin caste, and householder caste who are wealthy, extremely wealthy, and immensely wealthy, possessing abundant gold and silver, abundant property and goods, abundant wealth and grain. Yet because of craving, due to craving, with craving as the reason, they deliberately tell lies. This will lead to their long-term harm and suffering." Thus spoke the Blessed One. Then he further said, "Indulging in sensual pleasures, greedily attached to desires. They do not understand they have crossed the line. Like fish unaware, they have entered the net. The consequences will be painful. The fruits of evil deeds will eventually come." This passage is from a Buddhist scripture, describing a dialogue between the Buddha and King Pasenadi of Kosala. Let's analyze the content and implications of this dialogue in depth. 1. Background and setting. The story takes place in Savatthi, an important city in ancient India. King Pasenadi observes a disturbing phenomenon while sitting on the judgment seat. 2. The king's observation. King Pasenadi notices that even the wealthiest and most prestigious people in society, warriors, kshatriyas, priests, brahmins, and householders, merchants, or lay practitioners, lie because of their desires. These people possess great wealth, yet remain unsatisfied, willing to violate the principle of honesty to acquire more. 3. The king's distress. This phenomenon disappoints and wearies the king. His statement, "I've had enough of passing judgment," expresses his frustration with human weakness and the difficulty of fair judgment. 4. The Buddha's response. The Buddha affirms the king's observation, pointing out that such behavior will bring these people long-term harm and suffering. This reflects the Buddhist concept of cause and effect, emphasizing that immoral actions ultimately lead to negative consequences. 5. The Buddha's verse. The Buddha summarizes this teaching with a poem. He compares those indulging in sensual pleasures and desires to fish unaware they have entered a net, suggesting their short-sightedness prevents them from recognizing the danger of their actions. The poem predicts these people will face painful consequences, emphasizing the inevitability of karmic retribution. This dialogue provokes several profound reflections. 1. The nature of desire. The text reveals the bottomless nature of desire. Even with immense wealth, people may still be driven by desire to act immorally. This prompts us to reflect. What is true contentment? Can material wealth bring inner peace? 2. Power and morality. The wealthy and powerful in the story abuse their positions to satisfy their desires, reflecting how power can corrupt morality. It urges us to consider, how can one maintain moral integrity while holding power? How should society establish effective checks and balances? 3. Cause and effect. The Buddha emphasizes that immoral actions will eventually bring painful consequences. This concept is reflected not only in religious beliefs, but also in modern society's legal and moral systems. It guides us to consider, how can we maintain mindfulness and responsibility in our daily choices, knowing each decision may have far-reaching impacts? 4. Self-awareness. The metaphor of fish unaware they have entered a net symbolizes people's frequent inability to recognize the danger of their actions. This highlights the importance of self-reflection and critical thinking, and how to increase awareness of our own behaviors and motivations. 5. Social justice. The king's weariness with judgment reflects the difficulty of maintaining social justice. This prompts us to consider, how can we establish and maintain a just social system in a world full of desire and dishonesty? 6. Spiritual versus material pursuit. The Buddha's teaching implies the importance of transcending material pursuits. In today's materialistic society, how can we balance material needs with spiritual growth? How do we define true success and happiness? This ancient dialogue, though occurring in the distant past, still holds profound implications for modern society. It invites us to reflect on our lifestyles, values, and responsibilities to society, while also reminding us to be vigilant against the traps of desire and to pursue more noble and meaningful life goals. In this era of rampant materialism, such wisdom undoubtedly points us towards a path of inner peace and social harmony.